You won't believe what Melody Sherry just admitted about her and Hill Harper. For months, rumors have been swirling about their relationship, but now Melody has finally broken her silence. What she revealed has left fans in total shock. Was it a secret romance, a business move gone wrong? Or is there more to this story than anyone expected? Stay tuned, because this revelation changes everything. Melody Sherry, the powerhouse businesswoman and reality TV star, has never been one to shy away from the spotlight. Whether it's her journey on love and marriage, Huntsville, her public divorce from Martell Holt, or her rise as an independent mogul, she always keeps fans talking. But the latest buzz is all about her and actor-turned-political figure Hill Harper. For months, speculation about their relationship has been making waves online. Some claimed they were secretly dating, others thought it was just a professional connection, and a few even suggested it was a publicity stunt. However, until now, Melody had stayed quiet until she finally decided to set the record straight. So, what's the truth? What did Melody actually say, and how does this confession affect both her and Hill Harper? Get ready, because we're breaking it all down, from the behind-the-scenes whispers to the real facts, straight from Melody herself. This is one video you do not want to miss. It all started with a few subtle hints, social media interactions, cryptic comments, and public appearances that had fans raising their eyebrows. Those who closely followed Melody Sherry and Hill Harper began to notice a pattern. They weren't just two successful individuals running in the same circles. There seemed to be something deeper going on. The first major spark of speculation came when Melody and Hill were spotted at the same high-profile event in Atlanta. The two were seen chatting closely, sharing laughs, and even leaving within minutes of each other. Celebrities being seen together doesn't always mean much, but what really got tongues wagging was the way Melody Sherry and Hill Harper interacted. Witnesses described their body language as familiar and comfortable, leading many to believe that this wasn't just a casual meeting, it was something more. Then came the social media clues. Fans noticed that Hill Harper had liked and commented on several of Melody's Instagram posts, especially those where she discussed self-empowerment, healing, and new beginnings. Was this just mutual admiration, or was there an underlying message? Let's not forget the biggest fuel to the fire: Melody's own words. In a series of interviews, she spoke about being open to love again, but being extremely selective about who she allowed into her space. She hinted at someone in her life who was supportive, intelligent, and respected. That description matched Hill Harper almost perfectly. But the real question remained: was this just a deep friendship, a business connection, or something more romantic? Fans were desperate for answers, and the pressure was mounting for Melody to clear the air. Finally, she spoke out. As the speculation grew louder, Melody Sherry knew she couldn't stay silent forever. Every time she posted a picture, shared a motivational quote, or attended an event, fans bombarded her with questions. Are you dating Hill Harper? Is this your new man? What's really going on? At first, Melody played coy. She liked comments but never responded directly. She posted cryptic messages about timing, growth, and knowing one's worth. Some fans took this as confirmation that something was going on, while others felt it was just Melody being her usual independent self. Then came the moment everyone had been waiting for: a live Q&A session on Instagram. Thousands of viewers tuned in, hoping to hear the truth straight from Melody herself. As the comments flooded in, one question stood out. Melody, we love you, but you've got to tell us, what's up with you and Hill Harper? Melody took a deep breath, smiled, and then finally addressed the elephant in the room. I see you'll have been watching real close, she said with a laugh. Look, I get it. Hill is an amazing man. He's successful, intelligent, and he stands for so many things that I respect. So I completely understand why people would assume things, but let me just say this: not everything you see online is what it seems. That statement alone sent fans into a frenzy. Was she confirming the relationship, or was she shutting it down? She continued, I've known Hill for some time now. He's someone I admire, and we've definitely had great conversations. But as far as all the rumors, y'all got to stop running wild with this. For some, that was enough to assume that she was denying any romance, but for others, her words only fueled the mystery even more. She hadn't outright said no. She hadn't confirmed or denied anything. She simply said people needed to stop assuming. Then, she dropped a statement that had everyone talking. What I will say is this. I am at a place in my life where I'm focused on peace, healing, and making the best choices for me and my future. So if and when there's something to share, trust me, you guys will know. But right now, I'm just living my life. That response did little to quiet the chatter. If anything, it only intensified the curiosity. If there was nothing there, why not just shut it down completely? Was she keeping things private? Or was there a deeper reason why she wasn't ready to reveal the truth? That brings us to the next big question. How did Hill Harper respond to all of this? Did he back up Melody's statement? Or did he add even more fuel to the fire? As the internet buzzed with Melody's cryptic response, all eyes turned to Hill Harper. Would he confirm her words, stay silent, or drop a bombshell of his own? Hill, known for being articulate and politically aware, had always been private about his personal life. He wasn't the type to engage in gossip or respond to rumors. But this time, it was different. Fans eagerly awaited his reaction, hoping for clarity on the matter. Would he speak out, or would he let the speculation continue to swirl? As the tension built, it became clear that whatever Hill decided, it would undoubtedly have a major impact on the ongoing mystery surrounding his relationship with Melody Sherry. The speculation wasn't just affecting Hill Harper anymore. It was now tied to Melody Sherry, a woman with her own massive fan base and a history of high-profile relationships. Then, out of nowhere, Hill made a move that got everyone talking. During an interview promoting his latest book and political activism, a journalist casually brought up the topic. Hill, social media is buzzing about you and Melody Sherry. People want to know, are you two just friends, or is there something more? For a split second, Hill smirked, as if he had been expecting this question all along. He adjusted his posture, took a deep breath, and then responded with a measured yet intriguing answer. Melody is an incredible woman. She's strong, intelligent, and resilient. We've had some great conversations about business, empowerment, and the future. He paused, allowing the weight of his words to settle before continuing. I think people love to assume things whenever they see two successful Black individuals spending time together. But at the end of the day, what really matters is respect and understanding. That response had people analyzing every single word. He didn't say no, and he didn't say yes. Instead, he left just enough room for speculation to continue. But then Hill did something unexpected. He looked straight into the camera and added, you know, sometimes in life you connect with people who align with your values and vision, and when that happens, it's a beautiful thing. At that moment, social media went crazy. Some fans took this as confirmation that the two were indeed romantically involved, while others believed he was simply speaking in general terms. But the real shocker came when Hill liked a comment under one of his Instagram posts that read, "You and Melody would make a power couple. We love to see two smart, strong Black leaders together." That one simple, set the internet ablaze. Fans dissected it, arguing whether he was subtly agreeing with the comment or just being supportive of the narrative. Meanwhile, Melody remained noticeably silent after Hill's statement. No follow-up posts, no clarifications, just business as usual. And that silence only fueled more speculation. But the biggest twist was yet to come. Just when people thought the rumors might die down, an insider close to both Melody and Hill dropped an exclusive bombshell that changed everything. An unexpected source emerged with jaw-dropping claims that sent shockwaves through social media. This well-connected industry insider, who had previously leaked accurate relationship news about other celebrities, stepped forward with exclusive details about Melody and Hill's alleged connection. And let's just say their revelation was nothing short of explosive. According to the insider, Melody and Hill's relationship wasn't something that had just developed overnight. In fact, they had reportedly been quietly seeing each other for months. People assumed they were just now getting close, but the truth was, they had been spending time together privately for a while. They had been extremely careful not to be seen in compromising situations. But the insider insisted, "Trust me, this is not just a casual friendship." Now, that statement alone was enough to get fans talking. But the insider didn't stop there. They went on to claim that Hill had been spotted at several private events with Melody, events that weren't publicized or shared on social media. And here's where things got even more interesting. At one of these events, held at an upscale members-only lounge in Atlanta, the two were allegedly seen in a way that suggested far more than friendship. They weren't just sitting at the same table, they were giving off serious couple vibes. They leaned in close, laughed at their own private jokes, and at one point, Melody even rested her hand on Hill's knee. It wasn't over-the-top PDA, but it was definitely the kind of chemistry that people notice right away. The insider's description alone set social media in a frenzy, with fans rushing to analyze past photos and videos for any hints of secret meetings between the two. But things didn't end there. The source also alleged that Hill Harper had been making plans to relocate to Atlanta permanently. Now, while this could be chalked up to business opportunities or his political ambitions, the timing raised more than a few eyebrows. Hill has been looking into properties in Atlanta for a minute now, the source revealed. He's serious about planting roots here. And considering that Melody is based in ATL, people can connect the dots. The source added, could this really be a coincidence? Or is Hill planning a major life move because of someone special? Of course, speculation exploded, with fans divided into two camps, those who believed every word of the insider's claims and those who thought it was all just industry gossip. But the craziest part came when, just as people were trying to make sense of it all, Melody made a move that had everyone questioning everything. Just when the internet was drowning in speculation, Melody Sherry did something that had fans analyzing her every move. Instead of directly addressing the rumors, she took to social media and dropped what some are calling the most calculated message yet. Late one evening, Melody posted a cryptic Instagram story with a quote that read, "*The truth is, when you are in alignment with your purpose, everything else falls into place. Timing is everything." That post left fans in a frenzy. Some believed the quote was a subtle hint about her relationship with Hill, while others thought it was just another one of her motivational messages. Either way, her silence had everyone questioning what was really going on between her and Hill Harper. Was she keeping things private, or was there something bigger at play? Fans, as usual, couldn't stop speculating, and neither could the media, who continued to follow every move she made. In the end, it seemed that the more Melody and Hill stayed silent, the more the rumors grew. Whatever the truth was, it was clear that this story was far from over. That post sent social media into overdrive. A woman who was focused on her peace would never entertain the noise. At first glance, it seemed like an innocent message about maintaining boundaries and ignoring distractions. But for fans who had been keeping up with the Hill Harper rumors, this post wasn't random. See, this wasn't just any quote. It was posted right in the middle of all the speculation about her alleged relationship with Hill. And here's where it gets even more suspicious. Not even an hour later, Hill Harper posted something that had people absolutely convinced they were sending each other coded messages. His post was a sleek black and white image of himself with the caption, "Some things don't need to be explained, they just are." Now, if that doesn't scream subliminal response, I don't know what does. Fans immediately started putting two and two together, questioning if this was their way of subtly addressing the situation without actually confirming it. But hold on, things didn't stop there. A few days after her cryptic post, Melody went live on Instagram. While she didn't explicitly talk about Hill Harper, her vibes spoke volumes. She seemed extra glowing, smiling more than usual, and even dropping hints that she had been going out on dates. One fan boldly asked in the comments, "Sis, do you have a man?" Her response? Melody smirked, let out a little laugh, and said, "Let me tell you something. Life is beautiful, and that's all I'm going to say. Excuse me." The way she said it had everyone believing she was definitely seeing someone, but keeping it under wraps. Even more suspicious, she kept emphasizing how important it is to move in silence when it comes to relationships. "I've learned that keeping certain things private is the best way to protect your happiness. Y'all will see what you need to see when it's time," she added. If that wasn't a confirmation, it was damn close to one. But here's where things took an even wilder turn. While fans were busy decoding Melody's every word, another insider came forward with shocking new information. Just when fans thought they had figured it all out, an insider, who claims to be very close to the situation, spilled some jaw-dropping details about Melody Sherry and Hill Harper. This anonymous source, who has allegedly worked behind the scenes in the entertainment industry, spilled the tea to a well-known gossip blogger. And let me tell you, what they revealed was way more than anyone expected. According to this source, Melody and Hill's connection isn't new. In fact, they've been in each other's orbit for quite some time. People think they just randomly started talking, but the truth is, this has been brewing for a while. The source claimed Hill has always admired Melody from afar, but after everything she went through, he became even more interested in her. Wait, what? So, are we saying Hill had been eyeing Melody long before all of this? Here's where it gets even more interesting. The insider went on to say that Hill Harper was actually one of the first high-profile men to check in on Melody after her very public and messy split from Martell Holt. Hill is a gentleman. He doesn't move messy, and he's definitely not the kind of guy who jumps into drama, but he saw what Melody went through, and he wanted to be there for her. At first, it was just casual check-ins, nothing serious. But over time, that friendship grew into something deeper. The source added, "So, hold on. Are we saying Hill Harper was silently playing the long game this whole time?" But wait, there's more. According to the source, Melody and Hill have been spotted together multiple times over the past year, but they've been very strategic about keeping things low-key. They're smart. They know how to move. They meet up in private settings. They don't do the whole paparazzi catching us at dinner thing. But make no mistake, there's definitely something real between them, the source insisted. At this point, you'd think this was already a huge revelation, but the twists just kept coming. But what this insider said next really turned up the heat. According to them, Hill Harper has been seriously considering making things official with Melody, but there's one major problem. Melody isn't 100% sure she's ready. The source explained, Melody likes Hill a lot. She respects him, enjoys his company, and loves how he treats her. But the thing is, she's been through so much that she's scared to fully open herself up again. She's not trying to repeat past mistakes. That explanation makes a lot of sense. Melody has made it very clear in interviews that she values her peace and independence more than anything these days. She's not about to let another man come into her life just to bring chaos or stress. But here's the real shocker. The same source also claimed that Hill might be ready to go public with their relationship, whether Melody is ready or not. Hill isn't trying to rush her, but the insider teased, if they do go public, it's going to be on his timeline, not hers. Wait, what? Are we saying Hill Harper might push this relationship into the spotlight even if Melody wants to keep it private? And if that happens, how will Melody react? Because, let's be real, Melody doesn't do public drama. If Hill forces her into an uncomfortable situation, could that be the very thing that ends what they have? This is where things get really tricky, because if the rumors are true, there's already someone else who might be getting in the way. Just when we thought we had a clear picture of what was going on between Melody and Hill, a new twist emerged, one no one saw coming. According to whispers in the industry, there's someone else who might be standing in the way of their relationship moving forward. And no, it's not Martell Holt. While Martell has definitely been a thorn in Melody's side for years, their highly publicized divorce was one of the messiest breakups in reality TV history. But as much as people think Martell is still a factor, the truth is, Melody has moved on. She's built her own brand, focused on her children, and isn't looking back. So, if Martell isn't the problem, then who is? Here's where things take a turn. Multiple sources claim Hill Harper has been connected to someone else, and that person might not be too thrilled about his growing closeness to Melody. The name being whispered? An influential woman in political and social activism circles. Over the years, Hill Harper has never been the type to put his relationships on full display. But insiders claim that he's had a low-key yet consistent connection with a certain woman in elite social and political circles. What makes this even more intriguing is that she's not just any woman. She's someone with serious power and influence. Hill has always surrounded himself with strong, accomplished women, and he's very selective about who he gets close to. However, there's one woman who's been a constant in his life, and she's not the type to just step aside quietly, one source revealed. And that's where the real conflict begins. If this woman truly has a history with Hill and still sees herself as part of his life, how do you think she feels about all the buzz surrounding him and Melody? Probably not too happy. And let's be real, when powerful people don't like something, they don't just sit back and let it happen. So here's the burning question. Could this woman be working behind the scenes to stop Hill and Melody from getting too close? Let's break this down logically. If Hill Harper is serious about Melody, then at some point, their connection will have to move out of the shadows. When that happens, it's only going to create more waves. Think about it. Melody isn't just some random woman. She's a successful entrepreneur, a reality TV star, and a woman with a huge public platform. If she and Hill do make things official, everyone will be talking about it. What does that mean for the other woman rumored to be in Hill's life? It means she might feel threatened, and when powerful people feel threatened, they act. Harper himself might be feeling torn between the two. Hill is a good man, but he's also very strategic. He knows that being with Melody could bring a lot of attention, and that's not always a good thing when you're involved in certain circles. At the same time, he's really drawn to her, and that's something he can't just ignore. An insider explained, "So, what we're looking at here is a serious dilemma, one that could force Hill to make a major decision sooner than he expected. Will he follow his heart and take a chance on Melody, or will outside influences, especially from this other woman, convince him to back off before things get too serious?" Even more importantly, if Melody finds out she's not the only woman in the picture, how will she react? Because if there's one thing we know about Melody Sherry, it's that she doesn't settle for less than she deserves. She's not the type to compete for a man's attention, and if she senses hesitation or outside interference, she might just walk away before Hill even gets a chance to decide. But here's the craziest part. This situation is about to reach a breaking point very soon. Everything we thought we knew about Melody and Hill's relationship could change in an instant, and once the truth comes out, nothing will be the same.